I'm working with SawStop's 10-inch table saw right here. Had it for a couple of months. I've absolutely loved using it. Now this is the 10-inch contractor saw, and there's plenty out there on the market, and there's plenty of great ones. Now SawStop has one focus over anybody else, and that is their patented safety system of the blade immediately detecting when it's on. If you've touched the blade, whether it's your finger, the side of your hand, or your arm, it will shoot that 10-inch blade straight down into a cartridge and stop the saw. That is massive. Now I know some skilled tradespeople and skilled hobbyists and some people that have been working on saws for many years might start balking right now. I'm telling you now, it's not about whether you've got the skill or not, it's whether accidents can happen. Yes, you've got your guard systems all in place. You've got a push stick, of course, which SawStop provide. But this patented system is incredible and it is mega safe. Of course, as we all know, the tool also has to do its job. This tool does it stinking well. At the front of the saw, it couldn't be easier. Squeeze to tilt, it's literally written on the big knob. Squeeze to tilt, then you've got a micro adjustment for the tilt. Blade up, blade down. At 0 degrees, it's a 79mm jet cut. At 45 degrees, it's 54mm. Now, if you're putting something small through this with this rack and pinion fence, which will also go through, sometimes you might want this guard taken off. It's a pain in the backside with a lot of saws to put guards on and off, which is what stops people from putting it back on. SawStop, spring-loaded. Pull it forward, which you would be standing at the front of the saw, and lift it off. You now have the ability to run this really tight. So then I want to put it back on because I want to make sure I'm safe. Drop it down, and you're on again, and you're right to go. Safe as houses. So at 2,000 watts, it's going to do all the jobs that most people on site are going to want to do. Of course, quad skirts, arcs, decking boards, anything like that, it is going to do it with ease. The big thing would be, if you're into decking, you might be running decking boards through it. You also want to be able to rip down 90-45. Maybe it's hardwood, structural, timbers. This will do it. The 2,000 watt is not just a number. They've made sure that the physical output of this thing matches the specs. Now your accessories, we've got riving knife, of course, we've got guards there, you've got push stick. SawStop have done a brilliant job of tucking it all the way in behind the saw. So when you talk about portability and putting it in your ute, this tucks away so you haven't got bits and pieces floating out and around. There's two parts to this safety system. The first one is when you plug it in the morning and give it power, you're ready to pull this on, but it's actually just going to do a safety check and make sure nothing's touching the blade. Once that's flashed for 3 seconds, it says you're right to go. If for some reason, now it's not running, so I'm okay to do this. If for some reason I do touch the blade or there's something conductive touching the blade, it will flash and it won't let me do anything. So again, if I touch the blade, it's going to say I'm not operating. Once it has worked out that there's nothing there anymore, it'll reset and we're right to go. So this is the same part of the brain that's making this decision, but if I was to pull that in operation and then touch it or fall into the blade, that's where the blade will shoot down into the cartridge, stop, and yes, there's a bit of a mess to clean up and you replace the blade and the cartridge, but you've just saved your fingers and saved your hands. So you've seen it in action, that's enough from me. I want you to get in store and check this thing out because our fingers are what make our money. You've got to make sure you save them. Again, we're not talking about a lack of skill, we're talking about accidents which can happen. This is a cracking saw, one of the safest saws on the market. Absolutely incredible. Get in store and check out the SawStop contractor table saw, or jump online at totaltools.com.au.